Happy Batman Day, YouTube! Shadow Hero 90 here, and in celebration of the Dark Knight's official holiday, I'm going to be giving you my top 10 list of cool comments from deviantart videos. But this list is going to be exclusive to Batman fan art. I intend to do these this list once a year, and with other franchises, only 3 others, maybe 4, outside of Batman. But yeah, expect a list similar to this next year. But with that said, let's begin.
Batman and Robin are rescuing hostages from the dangerous Ku Klux Klan as they battle off the White Cloak punks in order to stop their madness. Batman belongs to DC Comics. Angry masterpiece. Nice Ryanator 50. I wanna see this in the next Batman movie. I know it will make some people mad, but too bad. Azrael 1995. This is awesome. Lucas Scannel 07. Batman vs. the racist cult Patrick and a woman. They should call Superman in on this action. He's tackled these punks on more than one occasion. Corbett 316. Batman, this madness ends now. Description by Not Yorkshire 12. What if Fanscription made a video where they wrote a hypothetical version of Batman Returns that excludes Catwoman from the script and just had as a war between Batman and the Penguin? Gracious good sevens, I've come up with a version like that. Well, I take out Catwoman so I can put in some other people. Imagine Lord like who? Gracious good sevens, well, Billy D. Williams' Harvey Dent / Two-Face could have appeared, of course, since he was supposed to originally. But, just as importantly, taking out Catwoman could have left a lot more room to develop the main plot. People besides me have said that Catwoman really didn't do anything in the film that another character couldn't have done, but, more to the point, I just got home from seeing The Batman 2022 today, and I really enjoyed it. I keep wondering why Tim Burton's films, and Batman Returns in particular, which I also love, couldn't have been as deep and rich in thematic content. I suppose there are many explanations that could be given, ranging from it was a different time to Burton has never been a plot-based filmmaker. To the first explanation I would reply, look, even as far back as the 1930s they were making action-adventure films with nuance and depth, and to the second I would say, yes, but Burton has never been a screenwriter. So can't he just let his script stand on its own, without refracting it through his own sensibilities? Of every Batman film in history, Batman, 1989, is still my favorite. Burton worked with the script rather than against it, and the narrative depicted a fairly realistic Gotham City without making the entire story bleak and unfit for family viewing. It makes me angry that moviegoers under the age of 13 or perhaps even younger are not going to be allowed to see The Batman, and even angrier that they would not enjoy it, even if they were allowed. We need to remember that, from the 1940s all the way up through the 1990s, Batman was intended to be primarily a children's character. You might as well adapt Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs for mature audiences as well. Oh, wait, they have done that. Imagine Lord, I completely agree. The only reason that they even picked Catwoman was because of the 1966 TV series, and I completely here are some to the things that I blame some of the crap that we superhero fans have to deal with, and I'm sorry if you'd have to do a little research on some of these topics. One, idiot mothers who are easily scared by everything. Two, the book's section of the innocent thing that was revealed to be AI. 3. That stupid time that an idiot Faith Daniels attacked Batman Returns on NBC's A Closer Look for Hypocritical Parents, and the biggest offender is the movie Lego Batman Family Matters. And yes, I know that it's aimed at kids, but it's a movie that treats its audience like they're morons. I know that it was the movie that introduced Jason Todd as Red Hood, but they completely changed the backstory of the sea and Robin, chaining it to a falling out with Batman instead of being killed by the Joker. And in a Lego movie would be the perfect place for a Under the Red Hood story like that, because their Legos just take off heads and limbs, and there would be, as you could do it without making it overly gory. Gracious good sevens, by the way, I remember that Faith Daniels show. Yes, it was pretty cringe. Why? They interviewed children who shouldn't have been taken to see the film in the first place. Imagine, Lord, from my point of view, it would be very easy to assume that some of those kids were told what to say even before they went up on stage. Gracious good sevens, exactly. Imagine, Lord, yet I know that those kids weren't told to say that they probably would be saying good things about Batman Returns. Gracious good sevens, I'm pretty sure kids would still be traumatized by a murder, even if it were done in a slapstick way. But I've been giving some serious thought to the possibility of Hollywood remaking Batman 1989 and Batman Returns, as well as reimagining Batman Forever. Many people, of course, would respond with not another remake, or the time for that has passed. But I think that in 2022 it's more plausible than ever, partly because of the glut of Disney remakes, partly because of the fanscription series, but mostly because Michael Keaton returning to the role of Batman in The Flash moves the ideal just a little beyond the theoretical. Between that and the Home/Quinones 89 Comics miniseries for DC, it's clear that the Burtonverse is alive and well. I think there are ways to do this without appearing to be retreading or blatantly copying. The new versions could be animated films. DC certainly puts out a lot of those, or they could be a series of video games in the style of Batman Arkham Asylum. It could even be pulled off in a way similar to what Rockstar Games did with Walter Hill's The Warriors. They basically retold the story of the 1979 film in video game form, but added some lost scenes and came up with an extended prologue. And I loved it. Imagine, Lord, I agree the Batman Return of the Joker, for an ES, was a non-canon sequel to the first move, and they really should use the comics to reckon everything that came after that film, since the 89 comics were a real letdown. Gotham 2 is a continuation of the theme from Night 1. This time using only a D-model background and the Micro Batman. This one is a tribute to the TPB cover for the greatest Batman stories ever told. Norm Breyfogle is my favorite Batman artist, and the cover was spectacular. I used the slightly different pose. Remortal definitive Batman 0 nicely done, looks sweet. Awesome perspective of the buildings. Everyday Batman, thank you Leo Darkert, awesome. Everyday Batman, thank you. Blush Leo Dark Hair Akil, welcome. Nazgul 666, so awesome, must have taken you ages to do all those pixels. Look evil for your patience. Everyday Batman, you're too kind. I think your medium should be part of your art. To me, what you see is not my art. How I got there is. Just saying. Nazgul 666 I see. Nice concept, and you're welcome, Bob the Egg. This is awesome. Nice work. Everyday Batman, thank you so much.
Number 7 on this list is a tie between...
For CB artist, the line that is drawn. This was an interesting pick to do. I had to take away the sleek, simple look of Batman Beyond's outfit and replace it with something more crude. I also gave him a ray gun, as an homage to the Golden Age Batman who carried a gun. For some reason I ended up really liking his belt. It's directly inspired by Jack Kirby Tech Designs. I call it the Bat Hypno Belt. Bob Ross, I like that he went all in, that he is still wearing kind of a fabric, and the design of the background buildings really fits. Capita Purdue, wonderful. Guardmas is cool. I used to watch Batman Beyond, Batman Beyond Forever. Are there any more prints available? David Blaze Customs, this is really great. Well done, Galactude 11, cool. Raymond 777, you should do a whole comic on this yard. This is good. XD Wiffle Boy, just awesome. I really like this Golden Age Batman. Mitchell Kelly X lovely. Might just be the artist I need for my Spring Heel Jack project. Pikel, this is so cool. Nice vision code, dude. This is amazing. I love your retro sci-fi imagining of the character. I especially like the Rocketeer style helmet he has. Like, this is a real beauty, Daniel. I love painting from vintage 1940s to 70s Marvel and DC comic covers, and they end up poster size. Just a hobby more than anything. How did you get the aged look on the yellow background? Daniel Doll, thanks. I did this digitally, so I just took filtered yellow on top of a photo scan of really old paper. It gave me some of those really neat stain blocks and imperfections. Lord Magnuson, wow, yes. Yes, I do like that bat suit, and it's cool to see it in the classic animated style. James being Daddy, thank you. Lucas Scannel 07, as real James being Daddy. Lucas Scannel 07, yup, my first introduction to him was in Arkham Knight. I chose the good path for him. James being Daddy, my first introduction of the character was in the comics, when he had already assumed the role of Batman and was slowly adapting the Azrael armor and Azrael Batman. It was my first comic, and I have one to this day. You think Ghostface would have it any better in Bloodhaven? Komodo Dragon 92, love it. Elvis Presley fan 3577, thanks. Red 2 Blaze, no way. Figua 9000. Nat, cause Nightwing would kick his ass too. Who is gonna win this fight? Jose Ramiro. Batman has faced Dr. Destiny, who's pretty much a more powerful version of Freddy. So yeah, he wins. Johnny Suavo, haha, nice, that's well. Batman is known for many things. Among them are his inner demons and his own rage, a deep rage from the day he lost his parents, the enemies he keep trying to put behind bars, and from the memories of fallen allies that he had to bury over the years. All that anger, all that rage, it's so delicious. Yusu 285 cool powerful manha, and it looks like he can't contain it anymore. The multiverse 101 yet. Look, that's it scary. I've kinda got to think for Batman as a Green Lantern, too. That was such an awesome part, when Hal gave him the ring and all those bats burst out of it. XD, I haven't read that Elseworlds story either about Bruce as a Green Lantern, but I want to read this in awesome. Medieval Maiden, thanks very much. Fatalist 555, well, I never knew this happened. It's definitely great plot, though I'm gonna have to start reading those Elseworld stories. Medieval Maiden, I think it's such an interesting idea too. Elseworld stories rock. Art off Josh Lyman, oh thank God you put the ears on him. They left them off. Basically think classic GL costume with a cape and a rounded face mask with mouth, and that was Elseworlds in Darkest Night. You really don't wanna see what they did to Soups. Great work, Chico Medieval Maiden, yet I saw that, without ears it looks rather odd. Ooh, what did they do to Soups? Dun, thanks very much. Lady Joker about to put on a killer show. Femme Joker, Madam Joker, Female Joker, Gender bender, fan art, Batman fan nemesis, Levesque's great. Good job. Remigia. Really wonderful. Night 3000. Cool designs for both. La Reforma 1857. Nice.
And that was my top 10 Batman cool comments from DeviantArt video. Please tell me what you like in the comments. And if you liked this video, please like, favorite, subscribe, and this is Shadow Hero 90 wishing you a happy Batman Day.